Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Transformers Devastation on Prime difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough for the aforementioned title and difficulty. We're currently on Chapter 6 of 7. It is entitled Ferrotaxis, which is a made-up word, I believe, because the Ferrotaxis in the cutscenes, from what little I've watched of them, I did glean that it is some sort of a record or heritage of the Transformers. Like I've said before, I'm here for the mechanics and the mechanics only, and I have very little interest, if any interest, in the cutscenes. So I do believe that Ferrotaxis is a made-up word. In fact, the closest thing that I know of is a ferrotype, and that has something to do with photography, and nothing to do with Transformers, certainly. But this particular mission, if you're here and if you're needing help, I assume you're needing help for the sort of protect wheeljack section, the babysitting / escort mission. The first thing that comes to mind on that for me is, like, as far as giving advice, you need to equip things like the ultimate recovery up. If you have ultimate recovery up at 100, you'll be able to use that ultimate like 2 or 3 times, maybe even as many as 3 times, like probably 3 times, but at least twice. And you know, you've got 4 slots, so that's 1. What else would you want to pick up? Should you go all in? If you catch my meaning, should you use the all in tech? You might not want to, just because you're probably going to need to heal. But if you're confident in it, you know, go for using the all in. I don't know if I had that on, to be honest, but it'll be apparent if I do have it on. But is it as hard as something like God of War 2's Protect the Translator section? I think it is as hard, because the translator section from God of War 2 is a joke on a regular game with all your upgrades. Of course, if you do a no upgrade run, it quickly stops being funny. And in fact, I had to delete a guide for that once, because I could not defend the translator on a no upgrade run. On a no upgrade run plus, it was just fucking impossible. So, just depending on what type of reference you have, or what type of experience you have with God of War 2, this Protect the Wheeljack is just going to be easier or harder, just depending on what you've done with God of War 2. And if you don't even play that game, it has no bearing. I'm just trying to equate it to something, because that always stands out in my mind. And then at the end of the video, we'll have the Soundwave boss fight. I would rather play Soundwave all day than Protect Wheeljack. But as far as what I've experienced with the ally heal, the ally himself, Wheeljack, does not get healed if you heal with the ally heal on. It's just the people that are fighting alongside you, which doesn't make any sense, because Wheeljack is an ally, yet he can't get healed. So let's prepare for this right now, you guys. So the first thing you need to do is to go up to the terminal, investigate it, and I believe there's 4 phases to this where you do not get a checkpoint. And what you want to be doing is building up your ultimate. It looks like I don't have any ultimate right now, and we've got some... Oh, this is probably a death. I probably died a couple times here. So we've got a couple of ground soldiers, and this is... It isn't unfair. It's just kind of stressful, and it's something that I just wish they wouldn't put in games, because I hate them. But with that ultimate recovery, you're going to be in really good shape here to consistently use the ultimate. And especially if you are going all in, you're going to be dealing a lot of damage here. So the guys you also need to focus on are the guys with the sniper rifles, because they take off a lot from Wheeljack. So you want to be doing like the rush attacks on these guys. Jump up to them and just hit them a couple of times, and they will perish. And watch out for these seekers too, but prioritize the guys with the sniper rifles, because in my experience through all these campaigns, they take off the most from him, and he does not need to be getting hit with the sniper rifle. So, okay, so that's done. Phase 2, what you want to be doing is hit a few times, like hit these guys a few times, and then drop the ultimate on the big guy. I think he's called Scrapno. I don't think there's a bombshell here, but this guy here, he's pretty imposing. So I would definitely take him out. Just take him down right away, and then rush attack over to him. Do your nice fancy dodges. Take him out because he's the biggest threat of that part, hands down. And then once again, go for the snipers. See when the claw raises those pillars, it's spawning more enemies. So you've got to be on your guard. And I think I do have all in on. Let me see if that health. I don't have all in on. So what I do, I probably have the melee up. So if you're not comfortable using the all in, put melee on so you can deal more damage. And like I said before, you can. It looks like I got put into a status effect right there, unfortunately. But these enemies, they don't like instantly kill him with like slashes or anything like that. It's just, things like that will happen to him where he gets shocked. But the people that are doing that are the Insecticons, and at this point I couldn't find it, so I went up here, investigated it, and then there I found him. So I think we're just going to avoid using that ultimate for now. There's phase 2 done. And then this is the phase where you're going to be hitting the claw. So rush over to it because nobody else will. It's up to you. Rush attack. Don't waste an ultimate on this thing though, because it goes down pretty fast and it's not threatening. And at this point, half of the work is done. Do you see where it says 50%? He's halfway done repairing the unit. And at this point, take out the Seekers who are sniping, per usual. Watch out for the bombshells. Shoot the bombshells. When it pans over there, it's telling you that he's in jeopardy. So, like, whenever that happens, I drop an ultimate no matter what. You can also recover down fallen squad mates by going over to them and tapping B. And a guy like this, I knew Bombshell was here, that son of a bitch. Whenever he's there, you want to drop an ultimate. I think we took him out of the way. And at this point, there's going to be more claw arms to take care of. And if you can get to this point, it's just a little bit further. Just don't get dismayed. I think you're going to get a checkpoint right over here somewhere. Yeah. There was a little transformer icon in the middle, bottom part of it, saying there's a checkpoint. So if he died here, I assume you get a checkpoint. I don't think you have to come up here and press this to get a checkpoint. Look what happened there. That was bullshit. But I believe that was a checkpoint icon. So if you die there, unfortunately, or fortunately, you should get a checkpoint. And then we've got an ambush coming up here on this flying ship now. And it's rather difficult. So what I would do is dispatch as many people as possible. Drop your ultimate. I really wouldn't put an all-in on here. But the great thing about those all-ins is that you can stack them. And I think they go up to 25%. And like, you may be able to get all-in up to 100% if you have 4 of them. But they're kind of rare drops, to be honest, when you develop the tech. So some more enemies dropping in. This game is kind of bad with endurance gauntlets and not putting checkpoints in there. And I've also re-downloaded The Legend of Korra because I just don't really know what to play next. It doesn't seem like I have many choices. I don't have any consoles right now because I would like to have a PlayStation 4, but it's not financially viable for me to have one right now, which is really sad. For a gamer not to have something to game on, so I've just been using my PC, and I really want to play Uncharted again. I really do. But that will probably just end in catastrophe if I know anything. So another claw arm to take care of, and watch out for the fire, because if you get caught in those explosions, you take a lot of damage. And beware of using the rush attacks on these things because you might fly off and take even more fall damage and kill yourself on accident. So I don't know what to play. I was playing Darksiders a little bit. It just seems like it's a little bit too long for my taste right now. I would kill to play Tomb Raider, but once again, like, I don't have an Xbox One, so I just don't know what to play. The Legend of Korra kind of appealed to me just because I've played it before. It's a very tight game, tightly made and woven. It's a great title, very challenging like this one, and I just don't know. I don't know. You know, I'm waiting for Gears of War Ultimate to drop on PC. You know, it's just sad that when there's third-person games, I can't play them. You know, I really want to play Tomb Raider. Anyway, this particular part, I remember enough from my time with Bayonetta to remember that this fight is essentially an homage to Golem, if you've played Bayonetta. That's what this reminded me of instantly. It was an enemy that was a sphere, and I believe his name was Golem. He fought him a couple of times, and there was one room where you fought him in a really kind of strange room that you went upside down in, I think. I like that. I did appreciate that about Bayonetta, the classiness of it. But we are coming up on this next fight now, and you see that I'm wielding this. This is some kind of an assault rifle, but it's absolutely atrocious. I mean, look what it's doing. Look how well it's performing. Anyway, you do need to be aware of this. I believe these are all skippable fights. What was I doing there? I'm not sure. I was getting upset. That's what I was doing there, probably. But if you did see my stats a moment ago, someone was asking me that. Hazardous Echo by name, I believe. He was asking me how much did the statistics affect the gameplay. And you might get like one more hit with the statistics all the way up. Like with strength up to 99, you might get one more small hit, but that's it. I mean, that's all you're going to get. It's not that much. So here's Kickback. This guy surprised me one time and one time only on Commander, I think it was. But now I remember he comes down every single time. Okay, so take care of the Seeker. So you can avoid him if you wanted to. And then Soundwave is coming up next. So Soundwave, you're gonna have him to deal with. You're gonna have one guy firing at you from the air, and Frenzy attacking you as well. So Laserbeak is the guy firing at you, Soundwave is the guy erecting these pillars, and then Frenzy is the one who's also trying to get blows in on you. So you need to be doing a very aggressive series of attacks. There is the checkpoint, so it is nice that at least you don't have to take all of his HP off before you get a checkpoint. And I think I did this next section no damage, but it may have came at the cost of ignoring these other enemies, which I think I would say just ignore them. Just focus on him. He is the priority. You can get the focus time off the other enemies as well. So if the guy flying, if Laserbeak is firing at you, make sure that when the icon is locking in on you, you evade to get your focus time. And, you know, do your vehicle attacks. Put all in on definitely here, because you're not going to be able to heal. Might as well capitalize on more attack damage. So that's just about it, you guys. I will see you in probably the hardest chapter coming up. And take care of yourselves. And that will be chapter 7 of 7. So I will see you right over there. Take care.